Your best physique is your most shredded physique. And I'm talking about in every aspect. Whenever I post physique pictures, every time I'm leaner, people think I weigh more. Because when you're leaner, you look bigger. Your V taper looks better. You're just more aesthetic in every way. It's crazy how people are flexing their body weight instead of their body fat percentage. I'd rather be that light, aesthetic, shredded guy than that big, bulky, fat dude. And since you clicked on this video, you probably feel the same way. So I'll teach you how to get shredded in just 30 days, and it will genuinely shock you. Maybe you've tried getting shredded in a super short period of time before, and obviously it didn't work because you took advice from an unqualified fitness coach on steroids. But lucky for you, I'm the opposite of that. I've gotten shredded naturally, and I'm actually qualified in this field as I have a Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science, and I'm actually a certified personal trainer. Meaning this time you actually try and get shredded, it will work, and you will actually see your six-pack abs come in if you listen to me during the course of this video. When attempting to get shredded in 30 days or less, you need to know a couple important things. Firstly, no, it's not better than taking your time and cutting the right way. I have a separate video on that which I'll put in this corner, which is a full guide on getting shredded and losing weight the right way. But I get it, cutting sucks, you don't want to starve yourself for a long period of time, and you want to look your best fast. I mean, I get it. It's not the right way, sure, but it's the cool way, I guess. Another thing I must mention is if you have not built muscle for at least a year, I'd say 2 years, this is probably not worth your time. The best physiques are lean, and the definition of lean, at least in my eyes, is a good amount of muscle with a low body fat percentage. The key here being a good amount of muscle. If you try and do all of this and you've barely lifted weights before, you're not gonna look much different. This guide will work for you if you're obese and you need to lose weight fast. Will you look great after in terms of muscle? No. But yes, I needed to float that out there before I have some skinny bro doing this and realizing he didn't look much different. Regardless if you're cutting fast or slow, you need to be in a calorie deficit. I will say this once and only once, if you are not in a calorie deficit, it is literally impossible for you to lose weight. If you aren't losing weight, this is the only reason you're not losing weight. The amount of times someone will ask me, hey Mario, I can't lose weight, I'm in a calorie deficit, is honestly sad. You are not in a calorie deficit if you're not losing weight. It's literally not possible. It's like a white guy under 6 foot making the NBA. Literally impossible. The reason these people say this though is because they aren't aware of how much they're eating. And chances are you aren't either. I will leave a calorie calculator in the description. Calculate your maintenance calories, and to get shredded in 30 days, I want you to deduct 750 to 1,000 calories from that number you get. Yes, I did just say that. We're going extreme here. But if you want fast results, you need to do some extreme stuff. 3,500 calories is 1 gram of fat. Meaning if you have a normal calorie deficit, which is typically 500 calories, you will lose 1 pound of fat every week. But in this case, we're getting 1.5 to 2 pounds of fat off per week on average. But once we add in cardio, which I'll discuss later, it might be a little bit more. If you know how much space 1 pound of fat covers on your body, you'd be ecstatic by this. During this process, you need to be looking at the scale pretty frequently so that you know that you're actually losing weight. And we're aiming for a 1.5 to 2 pound difference per week. However, keep in mind, the first week you do this, you're gonna lose more than that. But unfortunately, it's water weight. So when the scale moves a ton after the first week, you can either realize it's water and calm down, or you can say, Coach Mario's a genius, I'm losing weight so fast, it doesn't even feel real. Either works for me. What's awesome about the reduction in weight and water weight is that your face is gonna look a lot leaner. But that doesn't really matter if you're not taking care of your skin, which is why I'm excited to announce that Tish Hanley is sponsoring today's video. Let's face it, acne really destroys your confidence. It's tough to feel good about yourself when you're dealing with breakouts, and it's hard to find solutions to this. If you're tired of struggling with your skin and finally want to take control, I've got the thing just for you. Tish Hanley is simplified skincare for men with their revolutionary Tish Clear Acne systems. Whether you've been battling acne for years or just starting, these systems have everything you need to reclaim your skin. If you're new to skincare, I recommend you start with their level 1 system, Tish Clear Acne Essentials. This powerful system includes all the essentials to combat acne effectively. First, we have their salicylic acne face wash, which penetrates deep to clear acne at the source. Then they have their glycolytic pads, which get rid of dead skin cells, minimize your pores, and gets rid of blackheads as well. And finally, there's their acne serum, which makes your skin stronger to prevent future breakouts. And here's the best part. Over 80% of men who started using Tish Clear systems saw a reduction in their acne in just 2 months. Being honest with you guys, I hit puberty really late and dealt with a lot of acne even into my 20s. And I'd say sometimes now I have some acne here and there. But when I utilize the Tish Clear products, it gets rid of my acne and prevents it from coming later on. I definitely wish I had this when I was a teenager and even when I was in college. And the system comes with an instruction box that tells you exactly how to use each one of the products, making all this stuff even better. And because Teach Hanley sponsored today's video, I have an awesome deal for you. Click the first link in the description to get 40% off your first Teach Clear Acne System, plus a free gift. So don't wait, click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today. During this period, you need to be lifting weights. You want to give your body a reason to keep the muscle and potentially build some muscle during this period. Is it likely? Not really. Would I count on it? No, but you could. And a lot of people get too involved in how they train during a cut. They think because they're eating less, they need to train differently, when in reality, that's just not true. If you want training tips, I'll leave a link in the description to my 9-day aesthetic body blueprint video, where I go over exactly what you need in your workout plan to build an aesthetic physique. So click that link in the description, watch that video, and you'll know a lot about how to develop your training routine. But I actually was a little wrong when I say your training doesn't change, because I only meant weightlifting, because cardio, yeah, that's gonna have to change. If you're like me, the only cardio you do is sports training. I just do MMA once or twice a week. But when I'm cutting, I actually structure in cardio to my training plan. And the type of cardio you need is very important. So many people think it's jogging. I made a whole video on why jogging sucks, but I'm gonna summarize it for you real quick. Jogging is high volume, mid intensity. And if you have high volume, that's gonna cause your body to fatigue more. And you're already eating pretty minimal amounts of food and you're lifting weights, you're gonna overtrain your body. So jogging in this period makes no sense. In my opinion, jogging never really makes any sense. And again, what I mean by jogging is mid intensity, long duration cardio. But if your jogging is light intensity, it can be included, as light intensity cardio is the best type of cardio for losing weight. It's easy to recover from because it's low impact. And although this is kind of bro science, it does preserve the most amount of muscle mass. And during this period, we need to amp up the walking. I want you to walk 60 minutes per day. Yes, I said 60 minutes per day. I would recommend you go walk in nature. People don't realize how awesome it is to just take time out of your day, don't look at your phone, be alone with your thoughts and with nature. It has a tremendous impact on your mental health. But if you don't want to do that, go to your gym, put the treadmill on 3 miles per hour, walk on that for 60 minutes. But trust me, I can tell you from my own personal experience, walking in nature for 60 minutes, find a park, go walk, it will change your life. And it'll get you your six-pack soon, so win-win-win. I'm gonna address sprinting really quick. Sprinting is high intensity, low duration, or low volume. And when it comes to burning calories from cardio, it's dependent on volume or distance. If you walk a mile, you jog a mile, or you sprint a mile, you're burning the same amount of calories, other than a few from increased muscle activation from the higher intensity stuff, aka sprinting. But in this case, we want it to be as low intensity as possible, aka walking, so walk. Now it's the important part, the macros. I already told you with the macros, you're deducting 750 to 1,000 calories from your maintenance calories. If you're a big consumer of my content, you would know that I'm pretty much against how fitness influencers treat protein. They act like protein is the only macro that matters, when they all three do, particularly when you're bulking, and none of them have a priority over other when bulking. But when you're cutting, yes, actually protein. Protein will allow you to preserve muscle and potentially build muscle during this period. It also has the highest satiety, meaning it's gonna help you feel more full. And when you're eating 1,000 calories less than what you normally do, yeah, that's pretty important to be a little bit full. The NSCA recommends you eat 1.8 to 2.7 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight when in a calorie deficit, which is a very big range, but there's something to learn from the big range. As long as you're getting enough protein, even if it's not the maximum, you're okay. I find that people when cutting, I'm guilty of this, are so OCD about how much protein they get in. Like, take a chill pill, eat enough protein, you'll be good to go. Now for fat, you want 20% of your remaining calories for fat. This will make sure your testosterone is good and your hormones are good. You're not crashing, especially since you're eating less. And whatever's left, you will assign to carbs. For protein intake in terms of pounds, I recommend you just have 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, up until about 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. And during this period, protein shakes are your best friend. I will leave a link in the description to the one I use. This is the healthiest kind, but if there was a time period where you didn't need the healthiest protein, it would be this one. Because if you have the protein powder I linked in the description with water, unless you're a psychopath, it tastes like trash. But if you have these ones with artificial sweeteners and natural flavors that I made an entire video critiquing, it's gonna taste good. Is it healthier? No, but when cutting it and trying to get shredded in 30 days, it's all a numbers game. And now, recovery. They did a study where they had 2 groups of people. One group who slept less than 7 hours, the other group who slept more undergo a calorie deficit and they saw the changes in their body composition. Both groups lost the same amount of weight. However, the group that slept less than 7 hours lost more muscle and gained more fat, while the group that slept more than 7 hours preserved more muscle and lost more fat. Meaning if you're not sleeping 7 to 9 hours minimum, you are not going to see the results that you want. I recommend you sleep 9 because you want to preserve all that muscle you spent years building. Another important thing on recovery is stress. Try and keep your stress down. Easier said than done, but do your best. And the last thing is supplements. These are going to increase your testosterone and improve your recovery. The only ones you need to be taking, I always repeat this, creatine, vitamin D, magnesium, zinc. I'll leave all of those links in the description, as well as a protein powder, and then that video on how you can build an aesthetic physique in just 90 days. When trying to look aesthetic, you need the best exercises. So here are the best exercises for each muscle group to build an aesthetic physique.